Good afternoon, Oklahoma Arsenal fans. We're gonna go ahead and do some shooting here with this Bear Kodiak bow that I have. It is a 65-pound draw weight with a hostage 3-brush arrow rest. It's what's considered to be a full capture, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, because the rest pushes in from the sides and the bottom, holding the arrow in place. Then we have a fuse 2-pin sight with a bubble level, and it's got a high vis orange ring around it so you can find the ring fast in low light situations. Just a pretty short rest or stabilizer on the front of it. I'm not sure exact weight of how much that thing is. It was on there when I got it, and there's no markings or identifying logos. I'd have to put it on a scale and weigh it to see what it exactly is. I bought a string off of Amazon.com. Came from a place called Circuit Archery. It's the green and brown colored string. It has a black serving on it with a neon green D-loop. Peep sight, which is tied in with a rubber tube here to the cable. The cables on this particular bow are the braided steel, so they're not really, you don't have to replace them as often when you do string replacements. This was done probably maybe 8 months ago or more. Haven't really kind of got it out and messed with it at all, so I figured I'd get it out and take a few shots with it today and let you join in with us on that, and give me some feedback and comments on anything you think I might be doing that I could do a little better, or whatever you might like to see done with them. Our arrows we're using are a mixture of Wolverine Hunters and Kryptos carbon fiber arrows. Nothing fancy, just a little practice point on them. No broadheads or nothing like that. I only have the one at the moment. I'm not really too super worried about it. When you're putting your arrow in, always insert it from the back side of these rests. Makes it easier to go. Slip it over your nock and knock it in place. Take your rest or your release with the arrow, the rope piece open. With a little clamp there. Clamp it around that D-loop. And you draw back. Get a good anchor point. Always try to find the same anchor point. Try to put my finger right along the jaw here. This bow, I think I need to have it dialed down as far as my draw length. A little long. Make sure you can see through your peep sight. Get your pin where you want it. And release. Pull the trigger and it releases the string. There are different kinds of releases. Some of them have those little thumb release where when you're holding it and the piece that grabs the D-loop sticks up between your fingers here. And there's a little catch on the thumb portion of it. As you hold, you'll hook it around, and when you draw back, as you're drawing back, it's kind of a tension-based deal. When you're drawing back, it'll put tension against that hook, and after you release the safety on it, you just keep pulling back until eventually it releases, and it'll be a surprise more than planned release. It'll kind of do it on its own. You don't want to anticipate the shot too much, because if you anticipate the shot, you're going to possibly tense up on your forehand that's holding onto your bow. You might tense up and grab too tight, or push in or pull back or lean. You might do whatever it is that, little idiosyncrasies that we have, that we do, things we do that might cause us to pull the shot left, right, too high or too low. You want to, I've heard some others say it on other channels, defeat target panic. You don't want to get nervous and rush the shot and be panicking before you're taking your shot. You want to take it nice and slow. Take some deep breaths. Don't rush your shot, because you could potentially run the risk of missing completely, on that deer that you're trying to shoot, or turkey, whichever it is you bow hunt with. And you might get just that one shot, and if you miss because you target panic, that deer or turkey that you're shooting at may be just gone. You might not see them for another 2 or 3 days, or you may see them again in a few hours. I mean, it just depends on your patience of how long you want to wait and how scared they might have been. So let's go ahead and take another shot here. This arrow is the one that is different. It is a Carbon Express Terminator Hunter. It says 6075 on it. We're gonna take a shot with it and kind of see what we got and what we can hit. So I'll go ahead and turn you back around and let you see the target. Now these phone cameras don't really want to zoom too well. I've got you back here right next to me. Let's give this a shot with this arrow and see what we got. I think that one was high on the top there and to the side. Take you down there with me on this run to see the hits we made and the misses we made. Bingo. 3 on so far. 3 definite on. One of those I need a better target. I need something like something that's got pinpoint spots to aim at rather than just a broad, wide side. You can get them at Walmart and things like that. Bone Collector, I believe, has a series that they run at Walmart. Anywhere from 14 to 20 bucks, depending on what you're wanting to get, and then they range up from there. We definitely hit three spot on. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 that missed over the top high in the dirt. So you gotta be careful when you pull them out not to flex them too much. You don't wanna break your arrow in half. And we'll check them again, make sure that nothing got broke when it went into the dirt. Got some grass on them and stuff like that, definitely. Nothing's broken, so. Oh, correction, we have 4 on. The one went through and we didn't see it. You can see it sticking out of the back of the bag here. Looks like it went through the pillow. We definitely found the pillow. Yeah, it looks like one went through it over here too, so we may have hit 5 and the 5th one just skimmed the top right here and went straight on through. So let's try to get this one out without doing any damage to the arrow. I'll have to put you down on the ground for a second. Alright, definitely got it out. Didn't do any damage to the arrow. Knocks a little loose, but we can pop that back in. That's an easy fix. And the arrow went straight through right here, pulling some of the cotton out of the pillow. So 4 on, 4 off. We missed 50% there, so we can give this our mark of what our improvement needs to be. The more you practice, the better you'll be. It's just like anything. The more shots you take, the better you'll get at it. And I believe there was a quote made by it was Michael Jordan that said, "You'll miss 100% of the shots that you never take." you don't take the shots, practicing, trying to get better, obviously you'll miss them because you'll never have taken them. I think that we'll kind of end right there for today. You know, just when you get your bow out there, you know, find yourself a safe spot, you know, where you're not shooting over and possibly running a risk of hitting someone or anything, you know, any kind of animals or someone's house or things like that. Make sure you know your target, know what's beyond it, be in a safe spot to shoot. I've got a good solid wall behind where I'm shooting at, so you know, solid wall that it's not going to go through and hit anything on the other side. You know, safety is definitely, you know, the first priority with any of this. You know, the rules of safety. You know, treat whatever weapon it is, your bow, your rifle, your pistol, you know, treat them always as if they were loaded. You know, bows obviously, you know, not going to be that big of a danger unless you've got the arrow in it and you've, you know, drawn back on it. You know, if you're not drawn back, there's nowhere that arrow is going to go. It's not going to leave, just fly off on its own. With your rifles and your pistols, always know your target, know what's beyond it, keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire, and never aim at anything you're not willing to destroy. And remember, when you do, there are permanent consequences to that if it's something that you shouldn't be shooting at. There are permanent consequences to those things. You know, when you're out there, be safe, have fun, get your practice in, and you'll be ready for season by the time it comes around, you know. Well, I believe that's all we have for the day, so you guys, we'll see you guys on the next video.